What if the very thing you've been running from, hiding, avoiding, is the very thing that could change your life? What if being wrong, embarrassingly, painfully, undeniably wrong, was not your weakness, but your greatest strength? We don't like to talk about being wrong. It's uncomfortable. It stings. It reminds us of when we spoke out of turn, trusted someone we shouldn't have, misjudged a situation, or believed something with all our heart, only to be proven completely off base. We replay those moments in our minds late at night, wondering why we didn't see it, why we didn't know better. And in that shame, we begin to tell ourselves a story that being wrong is dangerous, that it makes us foolish, that it makes us less. But that story is a lie. Being wrong is not the end, it's the beginning. From the moment we're born, we are trained to avoid mistakes. In school, red marks on paper make us feel small. A wrong answer in front of the class, that sinking feeling in your chest, that was the first time you felt the sting of being wrong, and something in you started to retreat. You stopped raising your hand. You learned to play it safe. You figured out how to blend in. We learn early on that being wrong means humiliation, isolation, loss. But rarely are we told the full story, that being wrong also means growth, change, awakening, becoming. When a child learns to walk, they fall, over and over. And no one calls them a failure, because falling is part of the process. But as we get older, the grace disappears, and we begin to believe the illusion that everyone else knows what they're doing, that everyone else has it figured out, that if we mess up, we'll be left behind. The truth? Everyone is getting it wrong. All the time. They just hide it better. Behind every polished resume is a failed business. Behind every confident voice is a moment of shame. Behind every inspiring story is a moment someone thought they had completely ruined their life. The difference between those who thrive and those who stay stuck is simple. Some people let being wrong define them. Others let it refine them. You have been wrong. About people, about dreams, about paths you thought would lead somewhere and didn't, about decisions you swore were right at the time. You've made choices that cost you. You've said things you wish you hadn't. You've trusted people who broke you. And through it all, you've survived. So now what? Do you keep pretending you've always had it together? Do you keep hiding behind perfection, afraid to be seen as human? Or do you choose something braver, something far more powerful? Do you choose to own your mistakes, to admit them, to learn from them? Because that's where your power lives. Real growth doesn't come from getting it right. It comes from getting it wrong and being honest about it. It comes from the apology you never wanted to give, the humility you never thought you'd have to show. The moment you stop defending your pride and start protecting your purpose. Being wrong isn't weakness. It's wisdom in disguise. And science backs this up. When you're wrong, your brain literally begins to reshape itself. It fires differently. It pays closer attention. You don't grow when you already know. You grow when you don't. That discomfort you feel when you realize you were wrong, that's not failure, that's evolution. Our culture worships certainty, confidence, having all the answers. But the wisest people you'll ever meet aren't the ones who claim to be right all the time. They're the ones who know how often they've been wrong and how much they've learned because of it. Think about the strongest people you admire, the ones who carry depth, the ones who speak with clarity, compassion, and courage. Those people weren't born that way. They were broken again and again by the weight of their own mistakes. And each time they got back up, softer and stronger. That's who you can be. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be real. You are here to be transformed. And transformation doesn't come through pretending. It comes through confronting. Admit where you were wrong. Say it out loud, to yourself, to others. Let it sting. Let it humble you. Then let it shape you. Maybe you were wrong about someone you judged too quickly. Maybe you were wrong about a dream you thought you couldn't chase. Maybe you were wrong about what you thought you needed or who you thought you were supposed to be. That's okay. That's part of being human. Wrongness isn't your shame, it's your teacher. Being wrong teaches you how to listen, how to empathize, how to slow down and see more clearly. It teaches you that your view of the world is not the only one, and that the truth is often found in the willingness to admit you didn't know everything. When you allow yourself to be wrong, you create space for connection. You open the door to healing. You give permission for others to show up honestly too. Relationships are not destroyed by mistakes. They're destroyed by pride, by the refusal to say, I messed up. I didn't see it. I was wrong. And yet, in those moments where you do say it, where you drop the act and look someone in the eye with nothing but truth, something sacred happens. Walls come down, grace flows in, and the relationship becomes more real than it ever was before. So many of us are walking through life imprisoned by the fear of being wrong. And that fear keeps us from taking risks, from speaking our hearts, from dreaming bigger. But the irony is this: if you're not willing to be wrong, you'll never be brave enough to be right about anything that matters. Because the road to truth, to purpose, to greatness is paved with mistakes. You're going to get it wrong, again and again. And that's not a problem. That's the path. The only question is, what will you do when you realize it? Will you shut down? Will you run? Or will you pause, breathe, and step forward with new understanding? You can rewrite your story. You can begin again. You can take the pieces of everything that went wrong and use them to build something beautiful. You can become wiser, deeper, kinder. You can stop hiding and start healing. Being wrong isn't the end of your worth. It's the beginning of your awakening. So the next time you mess up, remember this: you're not broken. You're building. You're not falling apart. You're falling forward. And every time you rise again with more clarity, more honesty, and more courage, you become more powerful than before. That is your superpower. And no one can take it from you, not even you. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and don't forget to turn on the notifications on